Hey folks, Serious JG here. Welcome back to Let's Play Yakuza Like a Dragon. I might have jumped in a little early. I'm Beer Gal, Dirt Beer. I might have jumped in a little early. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. But we're going to fail another shareholder meeting and see if we can just lose outright to not meet Nick What's-His-Face's demands. So we'll just intentionally lose this. And if you don't answer their questions, they get mad and stand up and ask anyway. This is what I'm talking about. You can see the sorrow in the employee's eyes. Some would say this company's a sweatshop.
Please raise your hand if you have a question.
You're too rough with your employees, and maybe it'll have you making the same mistakes over and over again. Because I haven't done anything to make my employees happy during this time. Employees make for happy customers, and from the looks of things, you have neither. Even if you want to stop and read it, which is a terrible idea if you want to finish the game successfully, they really don't give you enough time. What's your face? It's like I cannot remember Adachi. It's like I just refuse to remember.
Our ranking dropped.
But still, just for playing the game, you get CEO pay. But don't know what happens if you fail Nick Ogata's demands. Like he withdraws his investment, but you still have a company, so who cares? Oh, we get the same scene, or is it be a new scene? Might as well scrap your pathetic little company to start over. I don't think that's what she said before. I guess there's multiple scenes.
Damn.
Rats. Today was a complete shit show. Maybe it was the same. I don't remember. It seems like she said a little bit more than just scrap your pathetic little company, but that might have been all. Your measly little top 12 company. Meeting with the son's coming up. Let's give it a roll.
Let's get down to business.
Period 18. I see. Okay. I don't know how long we have to meet his challenge. I hope this isn't the one where we had infinite time. Let's do our best. Reach top rank for share price. Maybe she'll tell us. Although I really kind of screwed this up. You keep an eye on our surplus labor costs. No, they're at over $1 million right now. Still have to pay our employees, even though they're not assigned to any jobs at the moment. In other words, we're paying them to do nothing. She'd probably assign them a property or consider letting them go. Is she gonna? But she would occasionally tell me how many good properties one that can raise profits, also fulfilling the needs of the business. But even those charming properties, there's pearls before swine if it doesn't benefit the business. I'm hoping she'll tell me how many turns we have left before we fail Ogata challenge. But I might have messed up. This might be the one where we have infinite time to do that. How many business operations left? Make sure you verify what's up. Participate. It might have been that we had 20 periods. I'm a dark period. I have no way to speed this along, but this is... Oh! Periods left to fill with Nick. Okay. 3. So I went way too early. I'm going to hire you back. She was my early game boardroom person. We got a chance. Bright you now. Shining finger. Employees are discontent. So this will affect our profitability, but we'll still make money. But yeah, our employees get more and more pissed. We'll do worse and worse.
These are incredible results.
We're still a 100 million yen company, but
Our ranking went up.
we've already recovered what we lost at the shareholder meeting. We can hire Kiraran Why not hire her? We're trying to waste money. We can hire Senior Directive Hanzawa. They're really not happy with our company right now. Oh, we're just getting a list of everybody who's angry. So she, a clothing shop employee known for her charisma, she's apparently so popular anything she wears sells out almost immediately. But yeah, all of our people are getting all pissed. We've got 3 more cycles to get through before we're done. So I jumped back in way early. I apologize. I should have off-screened some more of this than I did. Boys are discontent. Lucky. The girls or something. And if I hadn't been in fast forward, we might have been able to read some of that stuff.
These are incredible
You guys
results.
did great out there.
Actually, I didn't see what's our total
Going up.
current share price, but I didn't see what our total money was. I think it might be 1 billion yen at this point. I wasn't paying that much attention. We were able to invite a renowned instructor. Pawa quit the company because he just couldn't meet expectations. There's unrest among other employees. Okay, so they will eventually quit. I didn't know that. Matter of fact, this is making the menuing take longer. So I'm going to actually... because this won't make us lose any faster. We'll be at the next shareholders meeting. I'm going to assign people to those slots to try to get us semi-profitable, but honestly, the main thing I need to do is people who are already assigned, because there's a whole bunch of excess folks. Like, I'm not really that worried about this. As a matter of fact, it's probably not even worth assigning people, but I do want to make sure that we actually start spending money making people happy again. Just because you waste... even if our businesses aren't successful, I don't want to have to go through all that extra crap at the 73 million yen. Now we're at over 1 billion yen, but this is still 73 million yen to get everybody happy again. But it's worth it because I don't want to have all that menuing to do. Because we've got several turns of this to go through because I kind of miscalculated a little bit and how much time would be wasted on it. But yeah, we needed to get people happy again. Just to avoid wasting a lot of time. Okay. So everybody, they'll all be profitable. They just won't be as good as they should be. You can see, yeah, we had one that was making 40. Now it's down to like 25. So it took a big hit by us not being over the requirements for each of the categories with the replacement management. But we're still profitable. Like, you can't... it's tough to be not profitable at this point. You'd have to fire everybody and have expensive properties with no one managing them before you would literally... I mean, you can use the bank... like, you can take out stupid loans, too, but... I'm not going to chance any business proposals because it's just more menuing to do.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
And nobody that we have fired is willing to come back yet.
We got a job to do.
Got a chance. I would imagine they eventually will. I'm going to let this run in regular speed. No, hold on, because I'm getting water. But I suppose I can still hit the button with the free hand as soon as I got this open. Excuse me. But you can see how long this is taking. Like, I had hours of playing this game off screen to actually win this minigame. This is why I did not think it's necessarily something you guys would want to see every moment of. I'm just trying to see what happens if you fail one of these quests, and it's taking forever. And I'm going through the menus as quickly as I can without making a lot of choices. He needs more money to stay. That's fine.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Also, making everybody happy costs more money when you have more employees, too, obviously. We don't have anybody on our board. All the people who are on our board quit. But we're trying to lose, so it doesn't really matter. It'll just be us and the chicken.
We'll start with the financial report. President Kasuga, if you would.
Smiles. All big smiles.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A. Please raise your hand if you have a question.
Actually, the fastest we can lose is if we talk to people and then don't refute them.
That concludes our periodic shareholders meeting.
Oh wow, that was fast. I didn't notice what our approval was. Did she like take us from 65 to 0 in one hit? Yeah, I guess that's why she's a boss character. You like don't want to challenge her at all unless you're completely ready to refute her. I don't know if our chicken would have been able to defeat her. It didn't go down much, actually. You still make money even when you completely fail, but I think your salary goes up over time no matter how you do. Although that time it didn't go up, it was the same as last time, so maybe it won't only increase if you move to a new level. I don't know, but it seems like at the top level I'm making more money each time on my actual save slot that matters. Yeah, I think it's the same. I think it's the same every time. Maybe the second time was different from the first time, but 2 and 3 were definitely the same because I was paying attention. She seemed to say. Pound down. Pound mates. Romance workshop. Chain attacks.
Let's get down to business.
2 periods left. We can't recruit anybody. Nobody wants to come back to work for this company.
We got a job to do.
We got a chance. Sorry, it's G Gundam theme music. We have a chance to win this. Except JG's intentionally trying to fail in this video. Lucky, lucky, too lucky, pretty lucky, lucky.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible
Great out
results.
there.
Are people leveling up despite my efforts to never train them ever?
We're going up.
Yeah, I eventually found out that when you go all the way up from like 5 ranks, your business management stuff goes up. The only thing I'd noticed going up was shareholder stuff, which is why for a little while I was only training the people who were going to be at the shareholder meetings. But eventually I found out, oh, hey, we'll be able to see the commercial, though. I did want to show that off. We will hire this guy at long last.
We got a
2
job
periods
to do.
left with Nick, and we got a chance. So I can see the commercial.
On the bustling streets of Yokohama, a decade can pass in the blink of an eye.
Wow, it must be in a time
marches
warp.
on and people come and go. But there are some things we refuse to let change. Like the uncompromising flavor of our senbei, and the place we hold in our hearts for our valued customers. At Ichiban Confections, your smile is our #1 priority.
You think he would dress up a
Eat
bit
at
for the ad?
Ichiban's. We are Ichiban Holdings.
Ichiban Mamazaha. Sorry, that's Ikizo. So now we see we got big fat stacks of cash. We can't help but be successful during the advertising campaign time. Oh, I forgot to do auto care for the employees though, so they're still kind of, some of them are getting a little less like crazy excited. And unfortunately, it was at the business that I think usually might be the last one to quit making money. So despite not actually lining these places up with management, they can hit their potential. Because I don't care.
We're going up.
We are now like right at the rank where we should be ranked 10, but it won't go up any higher. We're not quite there, but we're very, very close. Now, I don't think I ever hired her. Miyakuni. So I'd be curious to see what her backstory is, because you have to actually hire them before you can actually read the descriptions, oddly enough. She's got this super serious look. A businesswoman who used to work for an insurance company. Incredibly well-spoken. She has a history of selling low-quality insurance at high premium. I don't see how she's that useful. Very moderate business management stats for one of these silver characters. Like, kind of no strengths. Just middle of the road. And her charisma seems high, but tenacity... The tenacity means they can, like, quickly be knocked off the table at those shareholder meetings. I don't understand that mechanic that well, because I haven't really had it affect me that many times, but charisma is how much damage they do to opponents in that game. Tenacity is how often they can be refuted before they lose points. And I do need... That's what I forgot. I need to, like, heal people between turns. As long as they don't get into, like, full-on purple and red anger, they don't usually quit. They're just kind of like... Eh. I think we are going to spend the entire video on this. I did not mean for that to be the case, but we'll see. You got to see the awesome commercial. Yeah, I think 75k would be rank 10. It's not going to let us reach that without... The
shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
So spend $30 million making everyone happy.
We got a job to do.
We got a chance. Well, I got one big fat sacks of cash business, even with the ad going. Say Ichiban Holding, or Ichiban Confectionery is still up there with its tiny little dollar stacks.
Here's how the business did.
Yeah, but we are a billion-dollar company with a billion-dollar man, Ted DiBiase, here.
You guys did great out there.
This person leveled up, bitches.
We're going up.
Yeah, it's 75,000. It's got us at 75937.5. And we will not be allowed to breach that until we win the...
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
And we will be going in there with just our chicken.
Consider the shareholders handled.
Consider the shareholders about to destroy us.
We'll start with the financial report. President...
Yeah, but what I didn't realize is that challenging her will allow us for quick defeat in these, if that's the objective. You need to be in the present before you can start talking about the future. In fact, it looks to me like you have a long way to go. Yeah, she's a 25 damage per. But I don't understand how... Oh, because it defeated our chicken. I think our chicken's tenacity was overcome by her attack, so we automatically fail. That could be it. I couldn't quite figure out why we're losing instantly like that. Share price maintained. So no change. We make our regular 950. Weird. And the money, like, you just get paid occasionally. It does not come out of your actual company's funds. It's weird. They're not like that. Oh, pound mates. That's what I was looking for. They're not that realistic with any of this, guys. She seems like a bitch. She's honored that we know who she is.
Damn.
But she does seem like kind of a nasty... She's a nasty woman. I didn't know she was a nasty. She's nasty. Nasty woman. For the makers of Haters and Losers. Nasty woman. I'm getting way too political these days. Drink till you drop. It's always good advice.
Let's get down to business. We got a job to do.
We got a chance. So it's going to take pretty much the whole video to lose intentionally. And again, that wasn't the objective. I thought I would off-screen more, and then I thought I was much closer than I was, and finally realized, oh, you check with the R2 button, and we had quite a ways to go. Okay. But this should be it. do this 3 more times and then lose a shareholder meeting, and we should fail Nick's quest. And see what that actually means.
Here's how the business did.
Never, when actually trying to win, I never had that particular level of unsuccess. I had shareholder meetings not go great. Yeah, that's where we're gonna peak there. 74937.5. We will not go up any higher until cram school management. The business proposals early on, it seemed like they worked. And oh, I've never seen this guy, Red Man. I have never been offered him before, so I'm definitely gonna check this guy out. He's super pissed already. He just started. He's already really angry. A peculiar man who hides behind a mask. He is so shrouded in mystery, companies often think twice about hiring him. Yeah, he's really not that impressive for a gold. He doesn't have really high. These guys are all leveled up to 30, but once called Grand Chef Zhang, he was feared even in the underground fighting scene. Now he has since washed his hands of his past and now hopes to set off on a new path as a real chef. It's entirely possible that like all of these are references to people that you fight in other Yakuza games, and I'm missing it. You should probably be watching Lethal play this instead of me. I apologize. Boom, 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 boom. So by making people happy, we are making our employees happy. We are making more money, but the objective now isn't to make more money. It's just to run out the clock without beating that obstacle shareholder meeting that we have to win to advance. I'm waiting for her to give us a message that we're about to run out of time to beat Nick's goal, but she doesn't seem to care. We might have a whole other month after this where we have 0 periods left. I don't know if it runs out at the end of the period marked as 1 to go or the period marked as 0 to go. I don't know if we get an extra period that is 0, is what I'm saying.
Here's how the business did. These are incredible results.
These are incredible results in our efforts to fail. I guess we've become too big to fail. We will invite a renowned instructor.
The shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
Yeah, those people who quit are not coming back. Usually people will show up again in the pool of hireable candidates. If they ever worked for you, the only ones who don't show up there ever are the ones who come up through the employment agency and you don't hire them. They'll only reappear as occasional employee agency references. But normally you fire somebody, they show up in the pool of employees you can hire again fairly soon. But I guess the people who quit might be a little different.
Here's how the business did.
Check it out. Yo. Funk Soul Brother.
Incredible results.
We have 2 billion yen in our value. And we cannot move into the top 10. Because this lady in the lavender suit is just too mean. This chicken gives no clucks, an interview gone foul.
The shareholders meeting is about to begin.
Basically just an occasional event that gives you a little bit of free money. A lot of free money at the early game, it feels like. By the end of the game, it's like doesn't really mean anything. Periods left to fulfill promise with Nick. 1. Danger.
Consider the shareholders.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try to pay attention to the chicken's resolve meter. That might be where we lose.
Kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A.
It's got a little life meter with red. And final say in management. Yep, that's why we're losing, because they shut down all of our players, and we only have the chicken. Yeah, this minigame really doesn't seem to have that much to do with how well you're doing. They're telling you, oh, make your employees happy to weaken her, have your profitability high to weaken that accountant guy. It doesn't enter in that much. Because you can be like super successful, you're at rank 11, you've got 2 million or 2 billion yen in the bank, and it's still like people are throwing shit at you if you have your chicken defeated, I guess. If your chicken is not able to defeat a powerful executive in a debate, your company is no good. Well, it would appear that this is the same one as usual, and maybe it will segue into a scene where we fail Nick's super challenge. Or we have a whole other month of this nonsense. We'll get her next time, unless Nick calls it game over right now. Game over! I feel like we got another month to go. It would have segued right into Nick. Or at least, because this scene usually, the loading, it means you're coming out of business mode and have to jump back in.
Let's get down to business.
I hope it's going to be another great day for business. Give her a chance to say something about how we're almost out of time with Nick. Nope, she's just going to keep talking about Misono. So, oh well. Employees are very motivated. You do some crazy ass shit. Lucky. Mastercard. Mastercard. I don't know what any of those things mean. I know what A is. Just kind of like, huh? Like, I don't think A has a literal meaning in Japanese. I think it's just kind of a way in Japanese to say, well, like when we would in America, because I'm assuming everyone listening to this is American, even though that's not correct, and I know for a fact that isn't correct. But yeah, in America, when you'd say "huh," a Japanese person might say "eh." Actually, there's usually an accusing tone when they say it. I don't know. Employment agency's got some folks that can waste some more of our money. So that guy who just showed up, a somewhat passionate man with a somewhat important job at a somewhat large company. That said, he has somewhat of a desire to change for the better. Awesome. Let's make everybody happy so that none of them quit, which costs extra time as far as us winding down the clock here.
We got a job to do.
We got a chance. Sorry, I'm running out of things to say, so I'm repeating things. I'm not making fun of Japanese, I just don't speak. I don't know if it's just video games and the odd film, or if it's really how Japanese women talk, but it seems like they choose to focus their films and video games on women who have really high-pitched voices. Like adult women who have really high-pitched voices. Because you encounter women have higher pitched voices than men, but you do encounter different pitches in the real world of professional associates, and it just seems like nobody talks as high as a Japanese woman in a film or video game. Boom, 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 boom.
Here's how the business did.
Yeah, even I'm bored with it at this point, folks. I'm sorry.
These are incredible
It's been
results.
easy to name video, though. I'm probably going to have a whole series of videos that are just named Business Management, Part 1 of 6 or whatever. But this one's description, if I even remember to figure out which one is which,
The
will be
shareholders meeting is coming up soon.
intentionally losing still takes forever. And we're still only at 34 of 50 allowed employees. And now that we've got some new people, if I trained people up or moved them around, I could get these businesses to be more profitable. We just obviously don't care right now. We're trying to run out the clock and lose. But the game, what I'm getting at is that unless you are terrible at the stockholder meetings, this mode isn't that hard at all.
Here's how the business did.
Min-maxing is more like just a fun thing to do, so it takes fewer turns to complete, but it's really not that necessary. You're not going to get from rank 10 to rank 1 without having good properties. But otherwise, you can just sit here and like really slowly plot away. Director Shozu. Got a contract with Director Shozu. So what is Director Shozu's deal? A director of the clinic popular among women, Ape Clinic. Many have received head-turning makeovers thanks to his glorified Shozu magic. So, he's Director Shozu. Is he a doctor? It says a clinic. But head-turning makeovers, I guess he's a plastic surgeon? See someone who's good for it. I want to ask them to join. It doesn't seem like she gives you a warning message when you're about to run out of time with Nick. Handled. Your vacation canceled.
We'll
kick things off with the financial report.
Thank you. Let's move on to the Q&A.
You need to handle on the present before you start talking about the future. In fact, it looks to me to give a long way to go. Okay, so something I didn't understand. It has a little target up here. I figured that's your best person to counter them with. Apparently, that's the person who will take damage if you don't refute. And I'm almost always able to refute, just don't always have enough action points to do any severe damage to them after I've refuted. But almost always you can refute. That's a great reason to have the chicken in your party, too. Because the worst, they have like 3 shields before they are no longer... There's like 3 shields. You have to do 3 shields worth of damage before they are refuted. And then you can try to damage them before time runs out. But you've prevented them from damaging you. And the chicken's like super low action cost point. The worst that can happen is it takes 3 turns of the chicken, 15 points. Which is why I always kept the chicken around for that game. But now we should have just failed Nick, whatever dude's challenge. So we will see what that means. President Kasuga, unfortunately, we weren't able to fill our promise to Nick-san in time. Nick-san? I'll read you the letter he sent. I'm disappointed you broke our promise, Ichiban. I'm afraid I'll have to fine you for this. Fined 1 million yen for not meeting conditions in time. You can do better than this, I believe in you. You can do better than this, I believe in you. I'll waive the deadline this time. But I'll try to meet the goal as quickly as you can. That's the end of his message. Oh, that was him. Let's finish the job so we can restore Nick's faith in us. Huh. Okay, so you just have Eri reading you a letter in which he fines you 1 million yen, which is nothing. We have like unless he fined us 1 billion, and I wasn't paying attention. Either way, okay, that's pretty nothing. Okay, so the time limits don't mean much of anything. You take a little cash hit if you don't meet the time limit. I know this video is already going over, but at this point what I want to do is just win so we can see if Nick's message is any different.